Give me 1 sec. Quickly fix this.
Wait,
Just adding one more.
Is it? How do I? Yeah, I got to go into my YouTube, don't I? And actually like start streaming it. Do I? Is that what I do? Or if I hit start streaming, does it actually start streaming? Or do I have to like?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, it should start. Let me just.
I am streaming. I am streaming. Yes.
Okay.
I'll call it.
Are we live and ready to go?
What am I calling again? New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Dominion.
Shin.
6-9 in Osaka Jo-Hall. You know what? I'm gonna
streaming some Spyro 2.
I'm gonna be like a bit of a rogue here and go Spyro 2 plus.
Hi guys. That's a good little graphic there. Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
We got a message from. Oh no.
So I'm just trying to get like all my tags in there. Okay, there we go. How do I save my changes? It says your changes have been all changes. Okay, great, it's working. Great. Alrighty. We're live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. My name is Nintendo Gen 64. I'm here with my good friend, CrystalFissure.
Hello, Angus.
Hello, CrystalFissure. And we're streaming some Spyro 2 and talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling and their upcoming Dominion 6-9 in Osaka Jo-Hall show. Isn't that right?
That is correct. So I'm gonna get the. This is very professional. I'm gonna get the Wikipedia page up right now, so you can focus on the game and I can read out the card.
Yeah.
That is a professional way to do this because Spyro is very important.
As you can see, there's a big distinction between Spyro and New Japan. Now I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes.
In Spyro.
We might be the only people in history to draw comparisons and intentional connections between New Japan Pro Wrestling and Spyro the Dragon.
Intentional connections.
Only people in history.
All those unintentional
ISGP,
connections.
ISGP.
Ah, yes.
Like
yes,
you know, like we have forced a connection. I mean, it's not like this level is actually a reference to like Imperial Japan or something like that. You know,
you'd have to wait a whole year.
I'll save that for my retrospective. You know, yeah. So we're going to be talking about Spyro is very, very important. New Japan, very, very important.
Yes, and we will never mention Spyro again in the stream. By the way, that's the last time we mention it. We're talking purely about New Japan Pro Wrestling and Dominion 6-9. And CrystalFissure wanted to do this stream, not me.
Unless you get a proxy, then we have to talk about that. But other than that, yes, that is correct. I want to do this stream because basically, sometimes I like talking about this stuff, but I also like talking about it in a structured way, so I don't just go off on a ridiculous tangent. So I think it's like a good idea to actually talk about it like this, and we sort of like run down the card and sort of get everything off my chest, and me and you get to talk about it. So
absolutely.
Let's dive in. All right, let's start off with first match, and that's the thing about New Japan is that if you're not aware, which I'm sure you are, but if you're not, they actually do announce the card structure, the card order before the show. I believe 99% of the time.
Unless there's some major change, they don't.
Yeah, unless there's some changes or like a surprise appearance. This doesn't include segments. Like sometimes there will be a segment. Like, do you remember last year there was the Shibata appearance? I believe
that was at
crazy.
That was at G1, not at Dominion. So you're wrong.
Oh no, you're right. It was at G1. Yeah, that was a bit late. Yeah. What was it? G1 Final Night 3 or what?
Yeah, it was the final night of G1.
That's right.
Last year.
Yeah, no, you're right. So so it's stuff like that. So first match we got is a tag team match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. It is Suzuki-gun, El Desperado, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru versus Roppongi 3K, Sho and Yo.
Ah, yes.
A junior tag match. A champions going into it, El Despi and Yoshinoya Kanemaru, of course.
Now have
delicious.
Yeah, I know you hate that, don't you?
We've never had it, but I'll lie and say it's delicious.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say, has this match happened before? I can't remember if it has happened before. I feel like it has, but I might be wrong because I think Kanemaru and Despi El Desperado won the tag titles in like a 3-way match at.
That's correct. Yes.
Well, I think it was at the 46th anniversary show, which was back in March, I think, and then they've held it
felt kind of uneventful, yeah.
Well, I mean, let's talk about how the junior heavyweight tag division only has really 3 teams. Really, it's got Bushi and Hiromu, and it's got Roppongi 3K, and it's got Kanemaru and El Desperado, and those are the only 3 teams that have really touched each other. And you'll note that they had to do like a bit of a Bushi and Hiromu versus Kanemaru and Desperado storyline for like the last 2 months. Like it's been like just that, and Roppongi 3K have been doing nothing. So now Roppongi 3K, I think they beat them in some kind of like 6-man tag match on the final nights of Best of the Super Juniors, which set up this match. I actually think that Roppongi 3K are going to win the titles back. I think that's going to happen. Suzuki Gun have had it for a while, and they've had, I can't remember any matches they've really had with it, whether or not they're good or not, I don't remember. But they're not really doing anything, and probably good time to get the titles back to Roppongi 3K.
Yeah. And the problem is that in not having the Young Bucks as like their 4th team, it really does expose the fact that there's just so little to the junior tag team championship division. Like if it even is even a division, I mean it really isn't a separate division at all. In fact, I mean like all these guys are in the what's it called, the Best of the Super Juniors. So it's not like it's some crazy thing.
Super J Cup this year is going to be rubbish, probably.
Well, only if they don't, bring in guys from elsewhere. I remember, like, one of my favorite matches of, like, 2016 was actually, funnily enough, Taiji Ishimori and ACH versus, might have been the Young Bucks or someone like that. Maybe it was... maybe Volador, I can't remember. It was a crazy match. It was just a crazy match. And it was clearly because both those guys weren't working for New Japan, and they wanted to, put it on, like, a really good spectacle and stuff like that. So they, with that, this is a different topic entirely, but I would say that, yes, the only current way of making the junior heavyweight tag team championship division and the title even remotely credible nowadays is honestly relying on imports.
Yes,
seriously.
Yeah.
Just make Hayata and Yohei come in and challenge for the title.
Like why
seriously,
not? Why not?
Do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Or another idea I've seen thrown around is maybe make Marty and Taiji Ishimori a tag team, which could happen.
I would not object to that. I would not object to that.
Marty's he's one third of the 6-man tag champs at the minute, so I don't think he's.
That's true.
Yeah. Doing that. And he doesn't wrestle that frequently in New Japan anyway. So.
Funnily enough, that's right. He's mainly a Ring of Honor guy. I remember, fun fact, when I met him in Adelaide, like you will meet him in a few weeks, he was wearing a Ring of Honor top.
Oh, was
so yeah, he's definitely a Ring of Honor guy. Like he's quite notably a Ring of Honor guy, which you can't say that about too many guys right now. So I respect Marty for that. I respect him for not just curtailing to every New Japan booking it and trying to build up Ring of Honor.
Now, who do you have to win this match? What's your pick?
Yeah, I would also go with Roppongi 3K. Unfortunately, it's not that it makes me upset, but it kind of doesn't. It makes me kind of like go, in the words of Eddie Collins, that's the result. Unless they do something about it after they win.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to tell me that the next match is going to be against another Suzuki Gun, style, match, whether it's I don't know who the fuck else is in Suzuki Gun.
Well, no, they don't have any more. They don't have any more junior heavyweight.
Oh yeah,
Taichi. Because Taichi went up to the heavyweight division, so Taka Michinoku's not going to tag with anyone, and he's more Zack Sabre Jr.'s second these days anyway.
That's correct. That's correct. You're right.
Unless they bring in a junior team from Kaientai Dojo or something, maybe. Yeah. But
do it. Just do it.
Or maybe a Young Lion tag team or something. I don't know.
Do
Like
it.
another,
Yep, 100%.
because
I would
that'd be
take
interesting
any suggestion
actually.
at this point.
A Young Lion
I
tag
will
team
do it any-
versus
yeah,
Sho and Yo, who were recently Young Lions themselves, would be quite interesting. But
for sure.
yeah.
For sure,
Anyway, I
definitely
don't
agree.
think there's too much more to delve into this topic. I think it was pretty much.
No, I just want my excuse to get into like fantasy booking with other feds involved. That's me all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So second match is the illustrious Taguchi Japan stable, two of them rather, Juice and David Finlay versus Chaos, Jay White, and Yoshihashi.
Yoshihashi.
Yosh
Oh,
Hashi.
now this is a good question.
Hashi.
Who takes the fall in this match? Is it Yoshihashi or is it David Finlay?
Wow, the battle. I mean, if now the more interesting question is, do one of them? What are the chances of David Finlay pinning Yoshihashi? Is it 1 in 6,255,000 or
pretty
is it
high.
6,256,000?
That's a good question, actually.
Because
Because
I'm not too sure.
I mean, honestly, these kind of matches, because obviously they're setting up Jay White versus Juice Robinson here, which will probably happen at Cow Palace next month for the G1
Yes.
special.
Then a notable non-title defense here.
Yeah,
We do not have a
one of
title
only 2 titles not to
defense.
be defended here.
That's correct.
Now, there's a very good reason for this title not being defended, and that plays into the fact that the main event, which we'll talk about later, will probably end up going quite long. So they've actually gone ahead and cut out like probably a 20 to 25 minute title match and just stuck him in like a preliminary tag match, which I think is good. It's a good sign for things to come. Which I'm quite happy with him
for the show
for the show.
itself,
By the way, like Jay White and the US title run he's had has been a complete dud so far, if you ask me. Like, as much as I want to root for Jay White,
that's right. No, so as personal friends of Jay White's family,
yeah,
I can say that this is it's. But I don't know how much I can truly blame on him as a competitor.
yeah,
I think that it's tough when your defense is a road to Korakuen against David Finlay.
Of
I
course,
mean,
of course
are you
it
really being given? Are you really being given the world?
No,
when that's
of
your
course
title?
not.
Not that David Finlay is a bad wrestler. Like
No,
that's
he's
the
not, he's
thing.
not.
I'm not saying that, but the point is this match will be solid. It'll be a solid match. I mean, honestly, it's better than like half the other matches you're gonna get like on like a prelim show. Honestly, and we'll get to this later. This card is exceptional, honestly. And actually, this match, this will be a solid match.
Honestly,
Honestly, this will be a solid
with
match.
the card you have, if you threw the US title on the card as a title match, it would be so like just in the shuffle anyway that you wouldn't really give it a second thought. Like, honestly,
Shout out to you, Mr. Game Sandy. Thanks for tuning in as well, mate.
oh, he's watching a stream where we talk about a show he's never heard of. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. But anyway, as I was saying, Jay White, he had a decent defense against Adam Page. Like, they didn't get the crowd until right at the end, and they had him for a bit. His matches against
I'd say not until that apron spot. So about like 2/3 the way in.
yeah, and then his match against David Finlay wasn't bad by any chance, but it was on a Road 2 show, a very forgetful sort of show. Like, I can't even remember like anything that happened in that match. Like, it's not going to stick with me long term. So, but honestly, I think in my prediction here is Juice will get the win probably to give more credence to his eventual title challenge. Because that's like the direction they're going, obviously. Because David Finlay's not going to get another title shot anytime soon, so they're probably going to go with Juice. Juice will probably pin Yoshihashi, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, either that or again Jay pins David as like the kind of like the most one-sided rivalry in human history.
Oh yeah, of course.
I could see that happening.
It's
as
like
well.
10-1
Or
for
even the shock. Jay White pins Juice.
Yeah.
Leading to what I mean, we'll talk about this probably another day. The whole Cow Palace thing, which is a whole like this show is just critical. We'll get to that when we talk about the main event. But this show,
I think
every single result here is very important.
Oh, I mean, honestly, this whole year has been building up to Dominion so far. Like it's been very sort of predictable. Like New Japan, I think people talk about like how Gato books like these tournaments. Like Best of the Super Juniors was quite unpredictable, yes, but you sort of figured who would be in the finals. And I think again, it's been very sort of predictable up until this show. And I think I can't foresee much of what happens after this show. This is a very pivotal show, I think, for New Japan. So anyway, I don't think David Finlay I don't think Juice and Jay White are going to draw in any eyes. So I mean, I don't know. Like it's one of those feuds where it's going to be a good match, a 3.5 or 4-star match, But I don't think it's going to set anyone on fire unless it does set anyone. Unless it's like a massive sleeper match. and everyone like
Yeah.
loves it. So I'm a bit
Yeah,
torn
absolutely.
on my opinions of it. I can't get too hyped up about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. So the next match is Chaos Tomohiro Ishii, or as Alvarez says, Ishii,
Mm.
and Toru Yano, racist, the Yakuza,
Yep.
versus Suzuki-gun, Minoru Suzuki, and Zack Sabre Jr. Just a way to throw these guys on the card because fuck giving them a tag title reign, both of them, I guess.
Well,
Or
you know what
fuck,
the point of this match is, right? This
fuck
is
Ishii, I guess.
no. You know this match is like this is like Rev Pro booking this match, or it feels like it
Yeah.
anyway, because Ishii and Minoru Suzuki got in.
No shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
they kind of got into it a
Yes.
bit at the end of the Best of the Super Juniors. And Ishii's the current undisputed British heavyweight champion, and
Yeah,
Zack
that's
Sabre
right.
Jr. and Minoru Suzuki are the British tag team champions as well.
Yes, yes. Now let's just quickly digress here, and I know that you sense this, like a shark sensing blood a mile away, but this is actually important. We do need to talk about this. This is the recent indie. Basically, what's happened with Rev Pro are going to lose a lot of guys in the next couple months. And so I honestly think that we are going to start getting some pretty big names appearing at Rev Pro even more often. I think that this is honestly this is them throwing him a bone. I sense Rev Pro being put over hugely during this match. I think that Kevin Kelly and Callis and that are just going to do nothing but put over those titles, that brand and everything like that, because they honestly need it because of a lot of guys like Pete Dunne and WWE signed guys are now not allowed to appear on Rev Pro, which really does suck for the British scene. It's terribly anti-competitive, but I think that this is going to be good, and I think that I'm looking forward to it, and I really do hope that Rev Pro can overcome this, because this is tough for them. Absolutely.
Oh, it is, and I think oh fuck, I'm just gonna forget that. And I'll keep doing it. Yeah, I think this match will. I mean, it's fairly inconsequential for New Japan purposes. Like, I don't think anyone really like. I mean, an Ishii versus oh, there we go. I got a proxy. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Ishii versus Minoru Suzuki is a match that I would love to see. Obviously, I mean, it's one of those matches where I don't think it's like a dream match for anyone. Like, I don't think anyone comes out of bed in the morning like, oh man, I wish I could have seen Ishii versus Suzuki at Dominion or whatever, like in a one-on-one match. Like, I don't know if maybe I'm like maybe it's just 'cause I've seen a lot of really great wrestling. It's just one of those matches where obviously it's going to be good, but you don't really it's not one of those must-see matches, I don't think, or matchups. But I think it's really intriguing because I think this match you could potentially set up two main events for Rev Pro shows going forward from here. You could have like a tag match with Yano and Ishii versus Zack and
Ishii.
And what you call it, Minoru.
Ishii's one of those guys that's actually more overseas than he is in Japan. I know that really angers Ishii fans.
That's true. It is true.
Dropkick having an aneurysm right now, but I mean that's definitely what, and that's not even to say that Ishii is not over in Japan, because he absolutely is over. Absolutely, no doubt he is over.
Yeah, watch any of his G1 matches. People love.
Yeah, no, people love Ishii, but it's a little bit like a Ziggler effect, unfortunately, to the detriment of New Japan, to where they've booked him to kind of he never got his title match, all that kind of stuff. People kind of almost a bit like Goto, they know he's never gonna win the big one, so I think that they kind of forget, and then he obviously blows everyone away and has this incredible match, right? So it's
well, I recently watched him versus Keith Lee from Rev Pro. The defector Keith Lee.
How over is he?
Everyone loves him. Like, you watch an Ishii match, especially one of my favorite matches from last year was Ishii versus Omega from the G1 specials in Long Beach, and my God, he was so over there. And it's you kind of forget how he's pretty much the third guy in Chaos, maybe fourth, maybe tied third with Yano. Maybe both he and Yano have the similar status, and it's holy shit, he's amazing. He's one of my favorites. It's just criminally underutilized, and I don't think Gato sees much value in him as a top guy because he's getting old. He's over 40, and he's a small guy too. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, interesting matchup. I don't really know who wins. I'm gonna say maybe because Minoru Suzuki is like outranks them, I'm gonna go Minoru Suzuki gets the win here with Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice.
What do
Okay,
you
next
think?
match
What do you
after
think
that-
is gonna happen? What's your prediction?
Oh, who I think's gonna win?
Yeah.
I think that I think Ishii's going to pin Saber. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah?
Ishii is going to pin Saber. I think that we might end up seeing an exhibition singles in Rev Pro with Ishii versus Saber, which York Hall will go bonkers for, I'm sure. Yeah, fuck. You know, like 2 venues I really do want to go to in my time are York Hall and National Stadium, OTT. I don't know if you heard about the Will Ospreay Matt Riddle match.
I heard it was good.
That was yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, good stuff there. I think it'd be a solid match. Again, we're 3 matches in, 3 tag team matches, only 6 competitors. So very much top loaded, you know, no notable absence of the New Japan dads, who I believe will be in a dark match. Like, that's my prediction. They will be on the card in some
Yeah,
way.
very interesting, isn't it? That yeah, like they've really optimized this card, I would say.
They
Like,
have to.
Yeah.
They absolutely have to.
Like,
Yeah,
and
but
and,
yeah,
and I mean, all these matches will be at least like a 2 to maybe 3 match, 3-star match.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think to point out, when I classify these matches, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'll only be, I think, it's only a 2-star match. It's just my way of like, kind of what a 2-star match looks like, kind of what a 3-star match looks like. Like a generic tag match that goes about 15 minutes will probably be like a 3-star match in New Japan. Like, that's how they
that's
work
correct.
usually. Anyway, what's the next match?
Okay, next match is a very incredibly rare triple threat.
Oh, this is the 4th match on the
Between-
card? Whoa.
Yes, this is only match 4, yeah. Hiroki Goto versus Michael Elgin versus Taichi. And this is a 3-way for the Never Openweight Championship. The only Never title on this card.
So weird,
and
actually, with this
one-
match. Like, the setup to this match is really weird because basically all you got for it was 1 segment or 2 segments at Dontaku, and that's it. Like, they haven't had. I think they might have had a tag match with Taichi and Goto on opposite teams, but Elgin hasn't been seen since Dontaku, and like, it's just. I mean, it's a weird match. It's a really weird match, if you ask me. Like,
what the hell is happening with Elgin? Like, I mean, it just feels like he's on borrowed time or something. Like, just whatever's happened, with the allegations. That, I mean, he's not even, involved, but it's a clusterfuck. I don't know. I see the shock Taichi winning.
yes, I really want Taichi to win, and I hope he wins. I'm gonna go with my heart here. I like to
this will be
say
good.
that I am a Taichi devotee now. I love the guy. I watch like he's a decent wrestler, but a great gimmick, and I think his gimmick somehow works better in the heavyweight division than the junior heavyweight division. Him being like, because in the junior heavyweight division, I think he was a bigger guy than
slows
them.
shit down.
Yeah, but now he's like a sneaky guy who can't quite like beat the heavyweights on his own, but it has to like cheat to win. So it's slightly the dynamic works better, I think.
Yeah, no, totally.
And so I think he's gonna like get the shock upset here, a sneaky win. I don't think Elgin is gonna win it for a couple reasons. First of all, he's been like he won the Intercontinental title a couple of years ago, yeah, but I think he's been like damaged goods since then, and he hasn't had like the consistency with New Japan this year in terms of appearances, I don't think. And if you want to talk about like the foreign presence on New Japan's cards this year, it's been mostly like Jay White, David Finlay, Juice Robinson, and maybe like Marty Scurll or the Young Bucks or something like that. Like, those are like the I haven't seen much of Elgin at all this year. Like, I think he was in the.
No, he's been very quiet.
Like, even at Wrestle Kingdom this year, they put him in the clusterfuck 6-man match. Like, for a guy who was like versing Naito at like last year, not at Dominion, but like at a New Beginning show for the Intercontinental title, he's had a tremendous fall from grace, and I don't think they're going to give him the win here out of nowhere. And like, honestly, who's coming back from injury in a couple weeks?
Fuck, you just tell me, because
Honma, Tomoaki Honma.
No shit,
is
Honma,
coming
of
back,
course.
and
Yeah,
I think the
segment.
perfect first opponent for him would be Taichi. A safe
Hey,
match.
that'd be cool.
A safe match,
Hey.
and
A
Taichi's
safe match unless he Ganso bombs him on his neck and then he dies.
and Taichi's the
But
heel
yeah,
as well, and you want to see like Honma unseat the. So I could actually see them actually doing that. You know, doing like a Tai Chi title win here and then like swapping it to Honma or something at Kazuna Road maybe.
I could see that too.
Like it
I
makes.
mean, the never title, they don't think about it as much anymore. Like it's.
No, no, no.
I mean,
Unfortunately, not.
the acronym is literally a reminder, a ironic reminder of what like never even happened. You know,
Yeah.
like it's a reminder of failure, even in the name, never.
Well, I always
Like,
look at it as like a it's the guys who are never gonna be champion or something like the.
yeah, yeah,
In fact, I don't even know
yeah,
why
yeah.
Goto wants to hold that title. He's been Intercontinental Champion before.
It's all we're gonna give him. Um, Next we have, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Taichi winning that one.
Me too.
Next we have a show stealer, the first of the few show stealers, I believe. It is Los Ingobernables de Japón, Sonata and Evil, versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick, Jaku-son.
Oh yes,
And
yes,
this is gonna be great.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure it
I'm
will
loving
Matt
those
and
matches.
Nick's heavyweight coming out party, like properly. You know, I know that they've versed they've had a few other matches.
They versed
but
the
this is
Golden
like,
Lovers, which I guess was
yeah, you know, but that's like a safe, you know, not safe, but like a comfortable with like opponent. You know, this is different. This is against two Gaijin.
Well,
you know, it's like
yeah.
a title match. It's gonna be great. Hopefully.
I'm really looking forward to this. Like my favorite guys are all like I love all four of these guys. I think they're all great.
Yeah, same.
Oh my god, I'm like getting
Yeah.
KO'd by Crusher because I'm trying to be tricky. But anyway.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh, huzzah! I did it. Anyway, as I was gonna say, like I think it's very interesting that this match is happening now after Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson won the 6-man tag titles. Like I don't know what's going on with that actually. Because if you look at this
Well,
show, the
look.
BCOGs aren't on this show, are they?
Oh, fuck! That is great point. I can't believe I didn't even point.
Like
Didn't even
Fale, Tamatonga,
notice that.
Tongaloa,
Yeah.
even Yujiro and Chase aren't.
Ujira.
They're not on this show at all.
Jeez.
What's going on there?
Jeez. Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, do you think there's any storyline implications? with
I
that?
feel like there could be. I feel like there could be a good reason why they're not on the show. Maybe I'm not too sure, but I think for this match in particular, I don't have any real logical reason for it apart from the fact that it just seems weird to me that like New Japan don't do double champions that much. So I feel like Sonata and Evil are going to retain.
I would say so.
Just my personal feelings.
I would say that's likely, but I also think that like in light of just everything going on with the Young Bucks and just how money they are, how
money
popular
hungry they are.
You know, how money hungry are they and how much money they are worth, and you know, it's not to say that it's impossible that they don't win. I wouldn't say it's an impossibility. I think that it's likely they don't, but I mean, seriously, everywhere they go, people, the eyes are on them. You know, like All In and stuff like that. Like, you know, that the reason why they keep becoming champions. You know, I know some people don't like it. It's because they are bloody good and like people pay attention to them and they have such a huge platform. You know, who knew? I mean, who knew other than Zack Ryder apparently that YouTube is such an effective way of getting a brand or group of people over?
Absolutely.
You know, like it's such a crazy.
And what's
crazy
really
technological
interesting
marvel.
is that I'm surprised that not many people got in on it before the Young Bucks. Really, like think about
Yeah,
it. Like,
as I said, basically it was Ryder.
yeah.
Ryder, Colt Cabana was always doing stuff, but like, yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I think there's I'm probably gonna go with Evil and Sonata, but I wouldn't be utterly shocked if the Young Bucks won, especially especially connecting to the main event, which we'll get to soon.
Yeah, I think my only
chance...
problem with the Young Bucks winning this match, again, like it's great that they're like in the heavyweight division now, but if they win their titles on their first match, like again, it kind of like it's like then what, you know? They're sort of run into a similar problem they had in the junior heavyweight division, with the
fair enough.
the tag
Definitely.
titles.
Yeah, no, it's definitely fair.
So maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
I think a bigger victory for them would be if they both competed in the G1, but I don't think that's happening. Although I think the smart money is on them to win the World Tag League this year.
If they participate on it, yeah.
Oh, they'll participate on it. Of course they will. Like I mean, It's like
Well, hey, it makes the tag league like about 1,000,000 times better.
they were in Best of the
Seriously.
Super Juniors at one point. Did you forget?
They were going to be in it a couple of years ago, but they both got injured.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2016.
So what I mean though is they're not averse from doing like long tournaments,
Longer tours.
but
Yeah.
like I mean the heavyweight division shakes things up immeasurably. Like I mean, uh, now you've got like a ton of you got three really good tag teams there now if you include the Golden Lovers. Who have actually been irregularly tag team. They haven't tagged it up in like at least like a month and a half now or something. It's been a while,
Yeah,
hasn't it?
well, that's because Omega like doesn't do tours
He doesn't do
really.
it. No, you're right. Yeah. So
He
so
he's
I don't see them ever winning the Golden Lovers winning the heavyweight tag titles. I just don't think that's gonna happen. But
yeah, not for a bit, I don't think.
what do you think it'll
Yeah.
ever happen?
So then we have what was that?
I said, do you think that'll ever happen? Like
What
that?
they'll win?
Yeah, the tag titles.
Possibly, but I don't think for now. I think for now that yeah.
I think
we'll get
Evil
to
and
win
Sonata
the
are gonna get
Memphis.
like a year run with these titles. I could be proven
Wow.
horribly wrong, but I think they're gonna go long with them.
How long have they had him?
Since January 4th.
Since Wrestle Kingdom, right?
It's almost almost 5 and a bit months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So then we've got Taguchi Japan. Oh damn it! It doesn't include Ray. Ray, unfortunately, is not an honorary member of Taguchi Japan, or not an official member, but more an honorary member.
Yeah.
So we've got Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Rey Mysterio Jr.
Now, do you know why
son
this?
of Rey Mysterio
Oh yeah,
Sr.
go on. Tell me. No, nephew of Rey Mysterio Senior.
Oh right, yeah, nephew. Fuck, I was trying to be a dickhead, but yeah, didn't pay off. Versus the Bullet Club. Yes, the Bullet Club finally on the card here.
Which is who?
Cody, Hangman Page, and Marty Scurll. Sorry, I'm Jim Ross. Marty Scurll. Sorry.
Now I was gonna say, do you know why this match is happening? Like, what the point of this match is?
I think it is to set up Scurll, Mysterio at Cow Palace, maybe.
Yeah, but do you know
Or-
why particularly this match is happening? They did a segment Best of Super Juniors the final night of Best of Super Juniors where it was Marty like I was very confused by this matchup. It was Marty Scurll and I think it was Yujiro versus versus Hinare and Tanahashi. I'm thinking, why is this match happening? And after the match, Scurll locks Tanahashi in the chicken wing. Liger comes in for the save, and then Liger cuts a promo saying, you want me? What? Yeah, no. Marty Scurll cuts a promo talking about like how Liger's a legend and he's washed up or something, and then Liger cuts a promo back saying, let's do a 3-way match or a 6-man tag match. He meant to say at Dominion, which sets up this match. Which is interestingly enough, they were touting that Rey Mysterio was going to have a singles match on this show. That was like the people were talking about that, but I think what it does is it eliminates the need to do a Ray versus Marty singles match. As much as I would have liked to see that match, I think because they had history. Ray and Marty had history from the Long Beach show.
That's right.
What do you call it? The Strong Style Evolve when Ray came out and said he couldn't wrestle. Marty came out, beat him up, and took his mask.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So you think that they'll get the Scurll thing out of the way, and then
I think Rey
build
Mysterio
it to
will get the win here.
Jushin versus Ray at Cow Palace.
Yeah. I think Ray pins Marty in this match here.
Okay, it's either that, or we'll leave it at that. This should be a fun exhibition match. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be very angle heavy. I think.
Interestingly
I
enough,
think you're gonna get some Cody Ray interaction as well.
Former WrestleMania opponents Cody and Ray.
Is that 27 or 8?
27.
Yeah.
The year that Cody had like the mask on and everything.
Wait. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
And he beat Rey
Okay.
Mysterio at WrestleMania that year, and now they're on the same show.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I'm just gonna actually, because that's. Yeah, let's see. It went for 11 minutes and 58 seconds. I'm just curious about that. That's cool.
I'm gonna do the
Yeah,
bone dance
very nice.
challenge. I don't know why, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, fucking bone dance.
Everyone loves the bone dance, so I need to get
You
help.
do.
They love-
Fagwet. Fuck you, cunt.
Who said that?
That's Al Malloy.
Is he in the stream?
Fagwet. Fagwete. I
Ah,
don't know. Maybe he might be gone by now, but I can't remember.
I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up the bone dance. Let me do the bone dance properly. Anyway, go on. Sorry, I interrupted your flow.
Yeah. So I think that we're gonna see some. Jeez, be careful, don't die. We're gonna see some. I think we're gonna see some interesting stuff here. I think that this is gonna be the first of the Cow Palace sort of setups, or maybe there'll be a couple more. But I think the other thing is that it either goes this way, or, and this will lead into the next match here, Will Ospreay versus Hiromu Takahashi. If Will Ospreay indeed does defend successfully, which I don't know, it's probably 60-40 Hiromu's way. I wouldn't be so sure with Hiromu. If you've, I think that you could possibly get Ray come out after this match and then do the challenge.
Oh
right?
yeah,
And
that's a
that
possibility.
That might subdue the crowd if they are like just disappointed if Hiromu doesn't win. But let's talk about Will Ospreay versus Hiromu.
Yeah. I actually think Hiromu is winning this match in my opinion.
Most likely,
my only reasoning for this is because Hiromu has already lost to Will Ospreay twice, if you include the four-way match at Wrestle Kingdom. He also lost to him last year, I think, in the Best of the Super Juniors. In one of the group matches. I think he was in the same group as he was in the he did. He was in the same group, remember, as Will Ospreay last year in Best of the Super Juniors, and Will Ospreay beat him there to get to the finals again to challenge against Kushida. I think we're gonna see again, like, it's gonna be a tight match. I think like most Hiromu matches are. Oh, good, I got it.
Oh, it's gonna be wild.
But and like I saw Taiji Ishimori versus Hiromu at the Best of Super Juniors final, and that match was unbelievable. My match of the year so far, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It was one of the best matches I've seen in quite a while. So,
do you see
this match being better?
Well, I mean, it could be, but do you see Taiji Ishimori being on this show to come out after, before, or whatever? Because I know that they did this thing where Will Ospreay was there watching the match.
Yeah, I think that's a distinct. Oh, you know what? It's a wrinkle that I actually didn't predict until now. I think you might be onto something, because Will Ospreay did lose to Taiji Ishimori in singles competition. Remember, he lost to him in the first night, so it would make sense, I guess, for Will Ospreay. You know what? I'm gonna change my prediction. Actually, I think that's gonna happen. I think Will Ospreay is gonna win.
Me too.
I think you're right. So, but
I still think it's more likely Hiromu wins, but I'm just gonna go with Will anyway.
Oh, why can't I get up there?
You got to remember. Like, I mean, not to say that Takahashi's not amazing, but what's his name? I think it's Naoki Sugibayashi. Naoki I'm just going to tell you. Sugabayashi, yeah. Sugabayashi, yeah. He is the president of New Japan, and he does nothing if not just put over Will Ospreay and Hangman Page just all the time.
What is with that?
Will Ospreay's the greatest. I love Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay's awesome. Everyone loves Will Ospreay, and hey, it's true. I fucking love Will Ospreay. But it's very interesting that that he is considered such an asset to New Japan, and Will considers that as well. Like, you see, I mean, I know his Twitter, whatever, but like he's always on Twitter talking about that, and he linked that, and he's like, I'm so proud. Like, honestly, Will Ospreay is going to be that guy that I don't think he'll ever go to WWE. I honestly think that he will stay in New Japan for a very long time. I honestly believe it's not the shoe-in that people think it is, that Hiromu wins, just because, quote unquote, it's his time.
No, actually, you've got me thinking Will Ospreay will win now, and I think the problem with Hiromu winning as well is it means that he and Bushi won't be able to tag team anymore, which means that they won't be able to do any more Roppongi 3K versus Hiromu and Bushi matches, which is clearly what they're going to do if Roppongi 3K. Well, I mean, that has to happen, right? That's the only permutation of that combination that hasn't happened yet of the tag.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, it makes more sense if. Again, I'm thinking with my heart here, but I really should be thinking with my brain, and it's going to be Ospreay. You're right.
God, I mean, not looking forward to. Well, I'm probably just not going to read it. Not looking forward to the impending meltdown that happens when Hiromu doesn't win, because he is like the anti-Roman Reigns of like the SMARC internet fan base of like New Japan. Like, if you don't think that he should win every match, you're like, you hate wrestling or something. It's like Hiromu's stands are like quite vocal, quite vocal, and I do love him. I'm not saying I don't. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no. So looking forward to that. Should be tremendous. Then we have Tetsuya Naito versus Chris Jericho.
Oh, a big time match here. This is a match that we never thought we'd see. No, actually, you know what? It's interesting. It's really interesting. It's like probably my favorite guy from WWE versus my favorite guy from New Japan. So
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, what a match! This match was
What
like
is
clearly
that?
booked just for me. I think
Yeah.
clearly it was booked just for me.
And it should deliver. I think it will go for 18 minutes, maybe
Yeah.
22 minutes. I don't think it'll be a super long match because it
What a
can't
weird
be.
prediction.
Not without the Kenny Omega smoke and mirrors.
I
They
think
need
Jericho's
to,
been
like,
on the juice, so I think it'll go. Yeah, I think he's. I think it'll go wide. But honestly, I'm really looking forward to this match because it's got a good story behind it. I think like Jericho, he always does these like simple but like effective stories in New Japan. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Jericho's
God,
gonna
I
make
mean, and
Naito
how
famous and or whatever.
how freaking good is yeah, just that promo, like not just the first fuckface promo, but the one where he's like going on about like how like he starts like drinking vodka and he's just sort of like, I'm not gonna swear, I'm not gonna do this, and then he starts like, you prick, you idiot, like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
the way he uses swear words is really good. It's very much
It's really
it's
effective.
like surprisingly, it's like the opposite of restrained, and then it's really well restrained, and then only to like blow up. It's like really, it crescendos. It's just, yeah,
Mm.
it's
Oh, he's
exceptional.
been on like I said, like to you private in one of our private conversations.
Of
Um,
course.
like this Jericho New Japan character is one of his best in his career. It's just a really good character. It's really entertaining and it stands on its own merits. I think.
Oh, for sure.
Like, don't you
It's
think?
like
It's like its own thing, really.
no, it is. It's the total. Always saying it as well. I remember the contrast between when we were at, unfortunately, admitting this in public, quite disgusting. When we were at Raw 25, one of the worst shows I've ever been to in my life. Actually, the worst show I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
One of the worst shows of
Probably
the year.
the third worst show I've ever been to in my life.
Oh right, yeah, okay, yeah, it's Squatting House. Yeah, like terrible, 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 awful shit. And I've lost my point. I hate him so much. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. Jericho was there. Jericho was there.
He was there.
And he was just after competing in this crazy match against Kenny Omega, and he had this crazy character where he attacks him at a press conference, and he's fucking gone mental and shit. And then you have him, and it's entertaining. It's relatively entertaining. You have him in this backstage segment. You don't use him. You don't put him in a match. You don't put him in an in-ring promo. You have him in a backstage segment where all he basically does is like goes over to like Elias and just goes, "You just made the list." It's like, okay, yeah, cool,
He
great.
did.
That's really funny. But you've been doing that for like 6 months, and it's just gonna pop the crowd. But like, fuck, there's just no substance to it beyond that. And like that's what they use him. They use him as this like decaying legend. It was New Japan who booked him in a mask and like booked him as a complete like he like shacked up the joint back when he was younger, 1990s, in the 90s. They bring him over and they make him this credible threat that's like actually like causing chaos. It's like exactly how you do like an invader angle. It's not that it's an invasion angle.
It's an
But
invader.
it's an invader, yeah.
Yeah, and he's not in any
yeah.
faction as well. He's like he's like in his own faction. He's like in a parody faction of Los Ingobernables, or he's in a parody faction of the Bullet Club or something. But honestly, this match has been really well built up. I think the time like because they had the immediate attack at Korakuen after
Yeah.
New Wrestle
Which
Kingdom,
went-
which was
went-
great.
Were we there for that?
We were there in person for it, and the place people lost their shit. It was great, and then he came back about 5 months later at Dontaku and beat up Naito again. Did a similar angle to the one he did with Omega, where he busted him open, and then he did a few promos as well, really telling the story of this match. And you know what? I'm loving it. I think this could be on point, on par with his storyline with Omega. Like
Yeah.
I think that
I
one
hope
was
so.
more hyped because it was like the first time ever Jericho versus Omega. But this one here, I think is just it's like he feels like even though he's not there that often, like and he only does a lot like pre-tape stuff, he feels part of the roster. Like it doesn't feel like a Brock Lesnar type where he's like just coming in and leaving. Like when he's there, you feel like he's devoting his entire attention to it, which I quite like. But we have to ask ourselves, Naito, current Intercontinental Champion, never has he carried the title to the ring with him. Did you notice that he's not carried it at all? He doesn't like the belt. He doesn't respect the belt. Do you think this is like a double ploy to get us to think Jericho's winning, or do you think Naito's winning, or what do you think's happening?
I mean, again, this is another one. Only next to Hiromu are Naito fans that that believe he was screwed over in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 12, which I can absolutely argue that point and understand that point. And I think you'd have people quite ropeable if he does not defend the belt. But I think that there's actually no better story than for him to lose the belt and send him down to the stratosphere that he truly needs to actually get to.
Yeah. Go on.
I don't think that there's any way for him to learn by defending that belt. If we all think that Naito is IWGP heavyweight title,
Material.
It's like material.
Yeah.
He actually needs to lose the IC title, and Jericho needs to bring it around and needs to do exactly what they planned Batista to do before they realized that Marvel wouldn't have that shit, and that's S2 with the belt, except this time Chris Jericho going around everywhere with the Intercontinental title belt and promote the fuck out of it, because he would. Because I remember when we were in Japan, Chris Jericho shilled shit hard. Remember, every day it was promoting the tour. Every day it was promoting Wrestle Kingdom. He's always on his Instagram live. If he had that title, you just know he'd be carrying it around like a crazy man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you know what? I think as well, the other it's a great story because Jericho represents everything that Naito isn't really. Like especially the character of Jericho. Like he said, he's not tranquilo, he's fucking crazy. Whoa, I died.
Yeah.
What? Wow, I died in the monkey challenge. Yeah, exactly. Like I think. Oh, what? What? Did you see that?
What happened?
I died just after I got the last monkey, and he still gave me the orb.
Oh.
Whoa!
Unlucky.
Whoa, that's like weird. I don't know if anyone.
Oh wait, you actually talked to him. You just talked to him.
I talked to him, and he gave me the orb.
Now, fuck.
I don't think there's an exploit in that, unfortunately.
Let's see.
But anyway,
find...
as we were saying, let's keep the conversation.
What was his last title win?
Jericho's last title. He won the US title about a year ago in WWE.
Yeah, but how long did he have it for? Like fuck all.
Oh, he had it for like a couple months, I guess. He lost it. Didn't he
remember.
lose it at WrestleMania to like Kevin Owens? And then he won it.
Okay. Yeah,
he won it back for like a couple days as well. But
yeah.
And that was around this time last year, I would say. But honestly, like the thing with the IC title at the moment in New Japan is it's in a really weird place because there's no rivalry that they can do over it. I think they could have done Tanahashi versus Suzuki, and while that would have been great, they I don't know. I don't know how many if those two can carry like a heated rivalry. It's one of those titles now where the IC title represents the title you give to the guy who isn't carrying the heavyweight title. It's like the consolation prize title, which is what the Never title is meant to be as well. They're both consolation prize titles. So I think, and this is what I actually think is going to happen. I actually think Jericho is going to win this match. Is my prediction here. I think Jericho is going to beat Naito, and because it makes sense in the storyline they're telling here. And Naito losing to Jericho by not taking him seriously as a threat, I think it could very well play into his eventual title win. Like it would be a learning experience for him, I think.
I do agree with that. I do agree, and heading into the G1.
You don't want Naito carrying the IC title heading into the G1. In fact, I because Naito, I still feel he'll win the G1 again. Like I still feel that's going to happen. As weird as it sounds, I think that his story is still being told. I don't think the match he had against Okada was the conclusion to that story. I feel like Naito ultimately will win the title again. And he'll do it under the right circumstances, and he won't he won't fuck it up. So I feel like he'll win the G1 again this year. So I'm gonna go Jericho wins the match because we know that Jericho is committed to New Japan at least until the cruise has happened.
That's right.
The Jericho cruise, which happens in October.
Well, I mean, oh man, let me tell you, I could not be more. If there's one thing I think would be one of my the greatest things for me to ever see in wrestling would be if Chris Jericho won that title and fucking took it to Slammiversary. Like it would just like it would be the most bizarre, greatest like crossover anime crossover in history. Like seeing him win the title and then take it to another promotion. It'd be like Naito, you think you're real tranquilo and whatever, and like, oh, you don't give a shit about the title. Well, oh, fuck, I'm taking it onto another brand. You know, like, you know, and it's kind of, yeah, like yeah, and this whole cruise thing and just everything going on right now. Chris Jericho really has a choice to make. What side of history are you going to be on, Chris? Are you going to be on the side of history to, you know, make a nice little paycheck, get your little fans to pop for you in Japan, and then pussy out and go back to WWE and do some middling feud and
Put some
not
people
give
on
a
the
fuck
list.
about anything?
Yeah, and be booked
Yeah,
like
put some people on the list.
third match on the show in like a pointless match where you put over another Fandango type. Or yeah.
Or are you going to be involved in somewhat of a wrestling revolution of sorts, where you take all these brands are working together and you're working with other brands and you're taking this title around, and companies are working together that you never thought they'd ever work together again or ever work together point blank. He's the one. He is the big enough name, one of the only big enough names that can actually lead this and do something with it. So
I mean, Cody's
if he
great too,
does
but
win the
Cody's
title-
big in the world of wrestling, whereas Jericho's got like somewhat of a following outside of it.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Jericho, yeah, yeah. So very interesting choice for Jericho. If he doesn't win the title, I think he's still going to be working for New Japan probably for a bit, but it won't be the same. I think that it's like he'll do his time, he'll do his cruise, and then he'll just go back. You know?
Yeah. But I see. This is the thing,
Which
right?
I really hope doesn't happen. I really hope it doesn't.
What's his cruise? October, right? So it's he can at least do King of Pro Wrestling.
King Pro.
Which would be the other, but the IC title's not usually defended at King of Pro Wrestling, which is something to note. So, it is defended. Oh, I died again. It is defended at the Destruction Tour in September though, so maybe he'll defend it there.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Why did I get? Whoa! I died, but I got like warped back here. But whoa, that's weird. I didn't get the orb from that, even though I did get the orb from that. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, like I think Jericho will win here, and you know it's good because you can't keep have Jericho put people over. Like that's the problem, right? Because if Jericho does another match in New Japan and he's just like lost his like last two matches, it's like, yeah, all right, Jericho, you're just gonna put people over. I get it.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want it to be too WWE, like kind of what they use Triple H for now. It's like they're almost trying to like undo all the burials by just making him lose to everyone. So it's kind of, but like. Yeah, no one wins because anytime he wins, people like me and anyone else gets like really bitter and think he should never win anything. And yeah, you don't want that to happen with Jericho either. He actually does have to win at some point. I mean, he doesn't have to for his character because he's a fucking psycho, as he basically self-exclaims. But yeah, I'd say that it would be good for him to win for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we have to talk about the main event, I think.
Oh yeah, should be a good match.
Oh yeah. Probably a measly three-star match, I think. Yeah. Anyway,
Cody match.
Thanks for listening, everyone. See you later. No.
See you guys.
No. We can't do that. We have to talk about for everyone listening, all those hundreds of people listening, obviously. We have to talk about Kenny Omega versus Okada 4, or was it 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, and 6, I should say.
Yeah.
How did I miss this guy?
Jeez.
It's a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Kenny Omega versus Okada for Okada's heavyweight championship. No time limit. Who do you have and why?
All right, I am going with one Kenneth Omega.
Whoa!
I'm going to make the bold claim that Kenny finally wins.
Interesting.
And I think that he has to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is potentially life or death for the Cow Palace show, which possibly is leading into this potential Madison Square Garden show that has sort of came up in the last day about like this rumored show, which, and hey, for all we know, it could be AAA trying to run it. It could be Ring of Honor. You know, I think that we'll see. But I think that this is a huge match. This is an example of where I believe that both the booking, and the money, right, like the emotion, the storytelling, is aligns.
Mm.
I think that at this point, the story has been told about Okada. He is the most dominant man in pro wrestling today.
Yes, exactly.
He has the longest title reign. He's usurped title reigns from other promotions. Not that they're probably even thinking about that, but they probably are. Maybe, who knows? He's usurped legends. He's usurped All Japan legends, Noah legends, New Japan legends. Big Japan legends, of course, and you can't forget that. You know, he is the man. But there is definitely this year there's no more matches that Okada can do in the current reign.
No, absolutely. No, I believe not.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. You just can't. Now, of course, Ghetto will reply to me if I was speaking to him in person. He would say, but we can and we will, and I'm sure we'll get you to keep watching, and we'll come up with this opponent, and then they'll do this, and I'll be like, oh yeah, cool. I'm looking forward to that. But the overall arc is that no, they're not going to beat them. And that's a huge problem. You cannot have that happen for 6 months. It's already overdue in the eyes of many people.
Yep.
The second he overtook Hashimoto's reign, right, for consecutive days, which is like the longest in IWGP. So the problem is you can't go any further than they've gone now without eventually starting to piss people off and, dare I say, Roman Reignsing the fan base here, where it becomes a bit like, well, no. You can't keep doing this because people will tune out.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're at that point.
To be honest, this is just I love New Japan. You know that I love New Japan, CrystalFissure. But I think the spontaneity of this year has been missing for me. Whereas last year it was like, oh my god, look at all these, because Okada had tons of fresh opponents last year. But this year,
that's what happens. I mean, that's what happens when you're in your second calendar year of run of the reign.
Oh my god!
When you start going into 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. You run out of. You can only reverse so many people so many times. You can only have so many Naito matches. You can only have so many Okada matches. And yes, they're great matches, and yes, we'll talk about them as oh yeah, what a classic match. There comes a point in time where you need to change things up, and I think this is the time to do that.
Yeah, and they've now done the Tanahashi match.
Yes, right? They did that. Yes.
So that's it. That was the last bucket list.
Yep.
Sort of match that they needed to do. Literally the only other match I could say that they could do, because they did Sabre Jr., they did Minoru Suzuki, his own. And this only plays into the Jay White storyline they've kind of seemingly forgotten about. Ishii. That's it.
Yeah, and I was pulling for
that's the last guy.
I was pulling for him to win the New Japan Cup as well.
New Japan Cup. Yep.
He was
Cup.
My bracket buster was Ishii.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think you're on the money. I think Omega's winning this match. It would feel weird at this point if he didn't win. I think, and it would kill him as a main event guy as well, because he'll have lost again and again and again. But the only thing in the back of my mind that says, hang on a sec, didn't you just say this before? Kenny Omega doesn't really do tours. So if he wins the title, he'll presumably have to show up at a show, right? He'll have to do a tour.
Look. He will, if he wins, he will do every damn match on the tour. I honestly think they may be resting him for then doing the next few tours, because I believe that he's always had sort of a few little niggling injuries and stuff. I think that if I honestly think that a lot of this is preparation, believe it or not. I know that's because, believe it or not, apart from some exceptions, New Japan relatively does treat their talent pretty well in terms of injuries and stuff like that, and time off for the most part. Definitely better than New York. So it's I think that everything is setting up for him to win. If he doesn't win, I will be noticeably annoyed. I will be not cancel WWE Network tier, but because I have to be excited because we're going to the G1 and we're going to all these shows and stuff. It's awesome. But you can still be really excited for the G1 despite the result. But it would be massively disappointing if he doesn't win. And I think that Okada has nowhere to go but an Ishii match, which would not take place for another 4 months anyway.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it would yeah,
But I mean,
yeah,
like, I think my only thing is, like, they're going into like G1 season after this, and like Kenny, I guess, will be like in the G1 anyway, so maybe the whole him not doing tours thing doesn't matter that much, because the only tours
no,
they really have left for this year, I mean, it's, we're in June already, and like they really have like Kazuna Road, which I mean is a nothing tour anyway. Then they've got the G1, then they've got like Destruction, King of Pro Wrestling, Power Struggle, then World Tag League, and then that's it.
yeah, yeah,
So,
that's right.
so New Japan's
yeah,
calendar year is very like top loaded with shows. Like they've probably got more shows in like the first portion of the year than the second portion of the year.
And yeah, he's also got the CEO X NJPW show coming up. I think that would, if he wins the title for that, sales go through the roof for that. Because I believe Okada will be in for Strong Style UK. Cow Palace, which I'll talk about in a sec, that'll do well. He'll definitely be there for the rumored second Australian tour of the year, which may be a couple dates, maybe even Gold Coast. So he it's not like he doesn't do stuff, and I think if he wins the title, he'll go everywhere, because that's what he's wanted pretty much his whole life.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's a huge moment for him, and Okada can go straight to a G1, dominate it, and potentially win that.
Yeah,
Or even
yeah, exactly.
lose
So
to Naito or something.
Okada has
there's
shit
a
to
lot.
do if he.
Okada has so many stories to tell as a loser. Like what some Japanese promotions don't really get this element, and it's where like they're not the perfect like based weeb promotion or whatever. Is that not everyone has to win every single time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I'll make everything 50-50 booking.
Yeah.
But you can still be very entertaining and still be a top guy and not be champion. Was Kento Miyahara a complete nobody because Joe Doring had the title? Absolutely not.
Apart from tagging
Absolutely not.
with Yoshitatsu.
He turned Yoshitatsu into a star.
Yeah.
So that proves exactly what like,
But
how good he is.
But also you have the possibility that Kenny does win here and then drops the title at King of Pro Wrestling. Like, that's another option too.
Which is probably the most likely scenario.
Because they don't like to do long Gaijin reigns, really.
No.
Which would be a shame, because that means he would defend it a total of maybe one time if he defends it at Cow Palace.
Yeah.
But
now, that's the thing. I think that's a major reason. Yeah.
Cow
Okay.
Palace.
Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead.
what do you think is going to happen there? Who do you think, like, if Kenny wins, what happens? Is it Kenny versus Cody at Cow Palace, or is it Kenny versus someone else?
Oh fuck! That would be a fucking mistake. Kenny versus Cody at Cow Palace may get people to cancel their tickets.
Well,
honestly.
What would you do then?
Fuck! I don't know. I don't actually know. I actually don't know.
Kenny versus
Ishii?
Ishii?
Great question. That would be brilliant.
I don't see that as a main event, though. I'm really worried that they don't have a heavyweight title defense at Cow Palace.
Ooh.
They've
made a colossal mistake.
I'm concerned, actually. I'm concerned that they have the US title main event, or like semi-main at least. I feel like they're going to do similar to what they did at Strong Style Evolved, actually. Like I just don't feel like this close to G1 that they're going to have a major show at Cow Palace.
Well, then why would they do that?
I don't know.
Why would they try and go for a 10,000?
Sometimes I think New Japan are just like, they just do shit because of this. Like, sometimes they're incredibly planned out. Like when Gato will like plan out like a G1 or like book a year or something. But other times I get the feeling that they just do shit, and then like the card for Strong Style Evolve was not announced until like the day of or 2 days before the show.
Yeah, because it sold it out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was a mediocre show in my opinion. Like, I liked it, but there were only like really two matches that were worth really watching from that show. Three maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, so
like New Japan's one of those companies that can really worry me sometimes.
They need if Kenny Omega wins,
yeah,
and then someone comes out and challenges for the title, right? Let's say like Will Ospreay, who has been rumored to actually. This is another angle. Will Ospreay has heavily considered wanting to join the heavyweight division. I don't know if this will happen. This is just sort of fantasy booking. Yeah. But if someone like Will Ospreay comes out and goes, Kenny, I want to challenge you at Cow Palace, I can guarantee you they will sell another 5,000
Oh,
tickets in a day.
but
That,
CrystalFissure though, you're talking
yeah.
about that. We didn't mention people who aren't on the card. What if it's Kenny versus Tama Tonga or Bad Luck Fale at Cow Palace?
Oh, your best friend, Bad Luck Fale.
Oh,
How's it like
that would be
meeting
a
Bad Luck Fale?
no. I didn't meet him because he didn't do a meeting.
Devastating.
That would be the worst thing they could do. Like I just think I'm very scared if Kenny wins because I have a feeling they'll just think Kenny's a bona fide draw and then like book him against someone random and then he'll like have an okay match. Like that's I don't know, this Cow Palace show being so it's like wedged in between Dominion and G1, and it's like I'm worried that like this show is going to be like just another middle of the road kind of show, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get you. It can't be though.
I
For the
know it
record,
can't be. I
like
know it can't
it
be.
cannot be, and we should not be content with it being either.
No,
We
I,
shouldn't be
I, I
like,
don't,
oh
I
yeah,
don't, I don't
Matt,
just
you know.
forgive New Japan for nothing. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
like one of those New Japan apologists who are like, oh yeah, they can have a shit show, and then. So I don't know. Maybe I'll change my prediction just to be like a bit of a different to you, and I'll say I think Okada's gonna win.
Yeah, but you want Omega to win.
I want Omega to win, but I think Okada's gonna win.
Shit.
I don't know,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
It's a toughie, but I just have this sinking feeling that like they're much. I think the safe money is on Omega, yes, but I just don't.
Do you think?
know.
Do you think?
There's
Do you
just-
think they finally? One second, let me just double check when the last time it happened. Kenny Omega versus. I'll just look this up now. One
Like
sec.
Tanahashi, you mean? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, fuck it. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I just want to double check when the last time that was because remember there was obviously the famous
Ladder match that
well,
never
this is
happened.
when you weren't watching, but the match the ladder match that never happened.
Yeah.
They did wrestle in. Oh wow, four and a 3/4 star from Dave at New Beginning in Niigata. Interesting. That was 2016. This was this was like his sort of coming out party after AJ left. Okay, so New Beginning in Niigata, and I think that might have been the last time, actually.
Yeah.
Yep, that was the last time. So Kenny Tanahashi,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think they should do that. I think it gives Tanahashi another hurrah and an endless hurrahs that he gets, but you know, we all know that Tanahashi, when he's got the right opponent, can still go rip Jay White. You know, yeah. I think. What do you think? What do you think about Tanahashi?
Yeah. I'd
the
like
defense.
that. I'd like that very much. But I don't know what they're doing, and this has been my whole problem this entire year. I just can't. I don't know what they're doing past Dominion. So I think I'm just gonna say Okada just because like it's a status quo, and maybe they'll retain the status quo. And I don't know if I don't know if they've ever had a show where both the IC and the heavyweight title have changed hands.
That's a good point.
And
But you know what? Fuck, they have to. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just feel like Jericho is more likely to win out of the two. Like I think he's more likely to get the IC title. So
Well,
maybe,
they have to do this kind of thing because All Japan. I mean, like, I don't think All Japan's still far away from them on business. But like, it's not like a WWE New Japan comparison where it's like 20 times the size. People really do care about All Japan's attendance is doing quite well now, and they have to be doing they have to do some stuff that's different. They have to change the script, so to speak, from the predictable that they're going, because otherwise you will get people, especially in Japan, that will fill out Korokens for an All Japan show that's stacked than a lazy New Japan Road 2 show. They've got to pick it up. And I think that they need to make these moves.
making $1 million moves.
Making $1 million moves, and sending
Oh my god!
millions
Did
of
you see that?
texts.
Did you see that strat there? I just
Yeah,
got a rocket, and then I held it in my mouth while I headbutted the thing at him.
wow.
So that means I got 2 hits on gulp. Like, but fuck, I hate this because now I'm down to no sparks.
No sparks.
No sparks on gulp. Anyway, yeah. My I don't know. I just like to be contrarian and to be different to you. I'm just gonna say Okada wins, and we'll see what happens.
It's like when we go out to dinner and you don't want to have the same thing as me, so you change your meal to have something that doesn't taste as good, just so you can say you got something different.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. You know me quite well.
Respect.
Respect. Well, I also don't like the waiter like the five butter chickens. I never want to do that again.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it's going to be very interesting. I really do hope that I'm entertained. I think at the least I will be entertained. I don't want to be disappointed with the results. Yeah, I'll be. It's. I mean, sports entertainment is such a sports is entertainment. So hey.
Yeah, exactly. So let me just beat Gulp here, and then we'll end the video possibly.
Yeah, there you go. It's Spyro time.
Spyro 2 race to beat Gulp, but I'm like failing on Gulp really bad here. Oh, I've got one hit left.
Anything to say to the viewers at home that are maybe watching ISGP? And this is just us talking to ourselves here.
I love the ISGP. It's great.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things. I like Minecraft. It's my favorite thing to do is making brown bricks in Minecraft. Anyway, I just beat Gulp.
Inspirational.
Anyway, thank you for watching this, and if you're watching this on the live stream, hello to you.
And if you're watching this on the VOD, hello to you.
Thank you very much, and we'll catch you. Maybe we'll talk about Dominion after it happens and recount it. All right. Until then, farewell for now, but not forever. TTYL.
Goodbye and good night.